Man, I had to touch on this shit when they were talking about um strong independent women and all that shit. I mean, that's just a fucking joke, man. But like this episode's a joke. I'm like, yo, I'm at the age now. I got a little bit of wisdom and stuff, and I like I said, man, like with a lot of these people, man, like yo, if you a dude, especially if you ain't got no kids or things like that, man. Just find you a woman or women who don't got kids. Just don't worry about trying to inseminate a baby mama and shit because it's no. I'm saying for the most part, man, it's a bullshit. What you gonna get is situations like dude in the show. It's got caught in all kind of times, and the thing about it's all mental because as a man, normally, man, you trying to lock something down. So it's just naturally in your nature to be territorial about stuff. So it's you're fighting your nature and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can be the coolest, laid back person in the world, but and most of these women, man, straight up and down, most of the time when you dealing with one of these boppers and shit, everything's like a mental game. It's a mental warfare. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? You can't be with a person who generally wants the best for you. Most of these people don't want the best for you. For the most part, man, everything's a mental war with them. They gotta have the one up on something. So that's a lot of times too. If they a baby mother and they got their relationship, I'm like, if that's the case, then why would y'all just stay together and figure that shit out? But nah, most of them motherfuckers are chaotic. So they go and fuck somebody for a little while, come back, fuck that person, the baby father for a little while, then go mess with them for a little while. You know what I'm saying? The females act like men, and the men act like what I'm saying, like the females. Some dudes or they deal with dudes that have that type of mentality. They out doing their thing, and the woman try to act the same way. That's why I said it's your best bet. It's women out here who don't got kids. Even when I was not conscious, I had girls that did. I had women who didn't have children at all. You know what I was. You know what I'm saying. So I met. You know what I'm saying. Women that don't got kids. And I subconsciously, man. But with me, it's probably something inside of me spiritually because I can't tolerate a lot of them women, man. Like I can't tolerate a lot of those type of women that's on that episode and shit. That shit just they can't. Them women can't stay in my cipher for long. It's just not gonna work, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll be gone. It doesn't work. So it's only a certain type of woman that can even be around that I can even be around like that. That's why I know. It's just like it's only a certain type of female that can be in my cycle for a long term. Those type of women, them baby mamas and them women that like she was talking about. I gotta take care. I'm gonna live with you. I'm gonna try to put a baby in this woman here that already got 2, 3 kids, and I fuck all that shit, man. Just go find you a woman who don't got kids, man. You know what I'm saying? They out there. You gotta maybe work, man, to spend you some time by yourself. They'll have you a crib and just be by yourself, man. Shit, there ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself. Like in this society too, I had to jump kind of, what I'm saying, jump to something else. In this society too, when you a man, the shit that irks me the most, it be disgusting me. It's like when you a dude, it's always a woman supposed to always be somewhere around to validate you or carry you by your nose and tell you supposed to do this and do that. Man, fuck all that shit. I'm like, for the most part, man, as a dude, man, you should be able to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But we in this society now where these joke ass people, um, they look at now, especially as a black man. Like I'm gonna use an example. Like I stay in this little studio apartment. I pay like 800 a month for this shit. I'm trying to move right now and shit. I'm trying to close on like a house about 150, 160K. it's gonna run the mortgage and the homeowner insurance and whatever property taxes at the end. I'm gonna be around over 1,000 probably, but it's not gonna be that much more in the shit that I stay at now. But when you dealing with these boppers, they'll move in, they'll be here and look down, they'll thumb their nose at a place like this, knowing that, yo, like if you getting a $150,000, $160,000 house, it's 2, 3 bedrooms or something with a couple baths or a bath and a half, it's about running the same as long as you got your paperwork. But like that's another thing I was saying. They make you jump through so many fucking hoops to get all this stuff, man, when you ain't attached to some woman and shit. You know, that's that's the shit that I be going through now. It's like yo, you can't, like what I'm supposed to have. Some female supposed to tell me what that validates me to be in a better place. I'm 40. I'm 39 years old. Wherever I want to move at in my life is my, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever I should be able to do. I should be able to move, go wherever the fuck I want to go. As long as I can pay bills. I mean, if I'm 40 years old and I can't pay a mortgage and getting it foreclosed or evicted, that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? But that's entire. You know what I'm saying, that's not even fathomable at my age to not be able to pay my rent. It's only been one time in my life when I first got out the military that I even struggled paying my rent. But you know, once you get used to being a civilian, yo, you ain't got it's no excuses for that shit. What's another thing? Yeah, like I'm sitting here with Veterans United, so I called a lady, it's a white lady, and she over talking me and shit, constantly because I can't hold no conversation. I got this deep ass, scratchy ass voice, so it always intimidates these motherfuckers. So most of the time they over talking me and trying to fit in the words and stuff, so I can't say much, So it's just like, yo. So the lady was like, I forgot what I said. I said like, yo, what's the? She said, well, what's the closing cost for about 150 crib? And she was like about between 4, 5, or 6. I'm like, all right, cool. I can scramble that up. Oh well, it's got to be in a 401k or an account. What the fuck difference do it make, lady? I'm like, of course it's got to be in an account. So when I write a check, they got to take the money out. But that's just the shit that you got to deal with when you dealing with these people. Or I went to this shit. I'm calling them people out. It's called Real Property. I wanted to rent. It was a crib off of Patterson Avenue. It was like a 3-bedroom, and like the rent is like 13. So I turned my, with the cab company I work for, I do contract work. So during a year, I might make about 60. I'm saying I've been working for this contract for about a year and a half, going on 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I legitimately make around about 60. You take $2,000, 24,000, whatever for the cab, because I pay 400 a week for the cab. So let's say 50, 40. I make about 35 with overtime. Essentially, it's overtime because you can work as long as you want, as long as the work out there. It's no different than working at a plant or something. Like back in the day when my dad or my granddad and work at the fucking at the steel mill. They might work an 8-hour shift, but they can do doubles. Double that bitch, work 18 hours, and they chilling or whatever. So it's not. It ain't that serious, man. So I forgot I didn't get all my paperwork correct, and she rejected me talking about I financially don't reach the requirements. I'm like, come on, man, that's a fucking joke. But that's the type of shit that you got to dealing with a lot of these people, man. It's annoying after a while. And like these women that's claiming they strong and independent, they don't go through that type of shit getting an apartment or getting one of these houses, man. They get that shit through the government, or if they got kids, they deal with that shit. They get that stuff through that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a smooth process. The same when I was in the military. I never had no issues getting any place that I wanted. It was boom, boom, boom. Ain't no like I'm doing now when I'm getting this house. I gotta sit here and file my taxes. I should have filed my taxes already, but it's things like that. Oh, you gotta file your taxes and uh your 1099s for 19 and 20 and I'm like, just extra on point, extra stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll make you work hard to get all your T's and I's dotted, or your T's crossed and I's dotted. Or even if you're trying to move into an apartment, I'm like, look, man, this financial requirement, man, I'm good. I've been at the same gig for going on 5 years. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I haven't been late on no rent forever. So it doesn't like this stuff is stupid to me, you know. Or even when I went to do the attorney test for my potentially my seed or whatever he is. At this point I really don't care. But it's just like, yo, when you dealing with these white folks, especially as a black man, yo, they always think that you're supposed to be up under some woman all the time. So this white judge was talking about, oh, well, I'm not supposed to give you no advice. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, clown, the only thing you supposed to do is give me this fucking envelope so I can open this envelope and then get my results and move on with my life. I haven't seen this woman in 7 years. I don't care to see her. I have not had sex with her in like 8 years. I do not give a fuck about this person. I'm not going to her to ask her for shit. I just want my closure. I deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know deep down these crackers and shit, they want me to be Michael Jackson or something and never slept with a woman in my life, can't get a girlfriend or all this other nonsense, but that's not the case. It's the same way with these idiots in my family. They want it to be this way, but it ain't. It's the other way. Like Marlo said in The Wire, when he told the motherfucker, nah, you think it's that way, but nah, it's the other way. No. So I know I'm sorry I guess reach or fit into your little standards or something, or fit into your perception of what you thought I was. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So give me my stuff and leave me the fuck alone. But nah, y'all want me to pay $3,500 for a lawyer, or y'all want me to go through this bopper and beg to see these kids. One of them ain't mine, so if I never see the little girl again, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's not my child. I got love for her, but she's not mine. You know what I'm saying? And if the boy ain't mine, then move on. That's what it is. I was talking to my homeboy last night, and I was like, man, I'm disgusted by these people. I don't care to see them, but the moral and the morality in me, quote unquote, which I'm not the most moral person in the world, but some of my principles, the little bit of principle I got, is gonna get that stuff closed because it's gonna always bother me. But otherwise than that, I could care less about these people. You know what I'm saying? Everything's a joke to like these white people. When I walked up, I went in there. They gave they gave this dude his little yellow envelope. It was some black female that was one of the sheriff assistants or sheriffs that be sitting there. I looked that way. They making all these silly ass faces and all that shit. Everything's a joke to these clowns, man. Everything is a fucking joke to these people. That's what I said before. That's why these people. That's why at this point in my life, my patience is thin with a lot of these people. A lot of these motherfuckers are clowns. I was telling my homeboy last night. I said people disgust me at this point. It's like, yo, the older I get, it seems like I'm just, I guess my maturity level is starting to hit a certain plateau, or it's starting to plateau, or starting to hit a level where I don't have the patience for people because people are silly to me. Just give me what the fuck I want, the little things that I ask for. If I want a new place to stay, give me my place to stay. If I want my fucking my goddamn paternity result, give me my shit. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to sit here and be trying to reconcile with some woman or ask her what the truth is. I don't give a fuck what her opinion is. I want my fucking shit. Y'all just sit here and take that, swab the boy, give me my thing, like they gave other people in that courtroom. I was in the courtroom when people was coming in and getting their shit and getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Man. That's the thing, man. If I don't want to be married, it's not my prerogative. We in a society, if I don't want to be married, I don't want to be married. Yes, it's the only girl I say I wish I regretted that I would have took it more serious. I've said it before. I don't need to keep saying these things over and over again. But that's in my life, man. I've never had no problem getting no female. Some of them, most of them don't work because they don't fit what I want out of a woman. It's just period, man. I'm not one of these dudes that want to argue all day and fall in and fall out of relationships. Messy ass stuff, constant breakups and makeups. Keep that shit for somebody else, man. Man, that's the shit that be. That's why I said I don't respect a lot of these women. These women ain't strong and independent. They got the people backing them and shit. So it makes all that stuff easy. You know what I'm saying? Make it easy. I'll be laughing if a woman talked about the place that I stay in contrast to the place that she stayed, when it's only probably a few hundred more dollars per month than where I stay at now. That's how dumb these motherfuckers are, man. Man, please. Like if a woman stayed in a $1,300 or rent spot with more square feet than the place I stay is $500 less. You know how stupid that is, $500? Little ass amount of money, man. That's how these motherfuckers is, man. Little petty ass shit. And the dudes ain't no different, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like my homeboy was talking about some shit last night. He said he was dealing with some woman. The woman lived with her mama, but he got his own house, and she criticized the house that he stay in. That's how silly. I'm like, but I said, man, dude, that ain't really that rare. That's how these motherfuckers really be. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody out here. Most of the places that you see, they, the person, somebody might have bought the house, but everybody, it'd be multiple people in the house splitting bills and things like that. Ain't motherfuckers in that just bought, you know what I'm saying, where somebody, they pay all the bills in the house. It's just a bunch of people that go in and live in the spot and stuff, and that's it, man. Ain't no people saying like that. Like, man, please. Like the girl I was dealing with, she was living with me for a while. I think her husband said some slick ass shit about that shit. Oh, I could pay all the bills in this place. I'm like, the place that y'all stay at off of Willow Drive, that shit ain't that much more than this. That shit might be about 15. So it's about, you know what I'm saying, you double that shit. That shit ain't a lot. Come on, man. And y'all motherfuckers probably got 4-5 motherfuckers that's staying in the bitch. I don't even think the broad even stay out here no more. I think she moved away. That's how dumb these motherfuckers are, man. Stupid, man. It's like, man. But you wouldn't know that shit if you don't really pay no bills. You know what I'm saying? You don't know shit about that if you don't really know about no paperwork. If you ain't never filled out no paperwork to get a loan. Or if you ain't never filled out a paperwork for an apartment that's in your name. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know shit about that. Like I said, I'm closing on a house. I seen all the paperwork that they sent me. I'm like, the shit that I'm not gonna be paying that much more than I pay now. I'm like, man, please. The fuck out of here, man. But you know what I'm saying? All these people disgust me, man. Straight up. For the most part, man. You know what I mean? You meet a few people that sleep that's alright, they solid. But a lot of motherfuckers, man, people are jokes, man, to me. But that's it, man. I'm out. Peace.